Hey friends, Doug Orlando here, ready to give you a review of my Sunday Keys app and how I have my settings on it. My main patch, I call it KB, it's a keyboard for all songs, and I'm using this sound actually. I'm calling it main patch. It's version 2 for all songs, lead and piano. It has piano on it. It has altar call pad, string ensemble, a Tyne Rhodes, a Model D synthesizer, sub bass, King B3, bright brass, Mellow flute, Innovators, a choir. It's the Worship Innovators choir pad, real bass, string ensemble, a DX7 piano, thick string staccato, and the SK CP80 chorus. That's the original electric grand that was used back in the 80s. So just going to go over the tonic pad real quick, and I'll turn that on. I have a tonic pad setting on this, which actually I've got the Legacy Tonic Warm. I've got another Legacy Tonic Warm, which actually is boosting the volume, and then a Legacy Tonic Foundation at just half volume. So that's how I've organized the tonic pad. And then I have, let's go back and I'll show you what I'm doing with the verse. And if I click the verse button right here, then you'll see that it's primarily piano, and then also a little bit of altar call pad, actually a lot of altar call pad. So they're both about the same volume. And that's basically how it sounds. Then I have the string ensemble swell, and I'll show you this here. I have the string ensemble swell available on the mapped to the control pedal actually that I use, and I have a couple different control pedals which I can put up on the screen a little later. I'll give you the link to them. And then I have a little bit of Tyne Rhodes. It's called Tiny. It's the Tyne Rhodes piano. And if you don't know that, the Tynes were the actual, you can call them strings, but they were actually metal pieces inside the Fender Rhodes piano. And then we used to tune those with a little spring coil. So let's shut that off. So that's the verse that I mainly use. I've got a little bit of sub bass on there. I want to make sure I do tell you about that. And then the real bass also. And they're down at the low end only. So if we take a look at how I have those mapped, the bass is down here at the bottom of the and I have it down mapped to about E. So that's how I have the sub bass set. Now the next button here is soft intro pad underscoring, and that one actually I use for prayer time, and it has a nice if you actually got the FM DX7 e-piano turned up on that one, so you can hear. It's a little bit more. We'll turn that one off now. So that's the soft intro, or mainly if it's a soft intro, but a lot of these songs are starting full blast. Lead big is what I would use for that. Full on, I should say. So let's take a look at the next one. For choruses of the songs, I use the chorus button, and that actually turns up. And I'll show you what that sounds like as it changes. So let me turn the, so here's the verse piano pad, and I've actually got a little bit of modulation wheel about halfway up on that one, as you can see. But here we're going to switch over to the chorus, and you can see how the strings comes in, string ensemble swell. And there's also another string here, which is called, let me get it to the right, this one right here, string ensemble expressive. It has a little bit of vibrato. And I have that one mapped. So if we take a look at it from verse, they go down there when it's on the verse, and when it's on the chorus, they all come up louder. Now let's move over to the bridge. The bridge is where the fun is for me, because I use the organ, and I have the Leslie, the fast and slow. There's the slow. And that's the organ speed. And actually, if I want to change the, let me show you what the King B organ looks like if we go to that plugin real quick. And here's the tremolo. That's actually set on the sustain pedal. So I have the sustain pedal changing the speed of the Leslie, or the rotary. There's stop, there's chorale. The main sound I use is 4-out drawbar. I have a couple others here that are presets that you can see. And we can also pull out drawbars if you want on this sound. But I don't want to get too far into the organ, because this is just one piece. So that's probably, that's mainly what I use on the bridge. I've also had the Rhodes piano quite a bit louder. If we take a look at that, let's go back to verse for a minute, and you'll see how everything go back down. And then mainly the tiny Rhodes and the King B Hammond will raise up here for the bridge. And then on the lead, which is optional, you don't have to use this, but the 5th setting is the lead, and that's where I have the Mini Moog Model D here set and programmed. So let's hit that, and you'll see now and if we actually hit 2 different notes, I've got portamento on this. And the vibrato, now you can really hear it because the vibrato is on the mod wheel. And it's mainly a program patch that I call Doug Chick for Chick Corea. And it mainly has, as you can see, the range set for 6, actually 8. Let's turn this back on. So that's the sound of it. I'm using this waveform. It's a pulse waveform, and this is where you really get into the modifiers if we want to change the filter emphasis and resonance. We can change all kinds of things on this if we want, but mainly that is the it's a Mini Moog, as you can see. And so let's take that Mini Moog out now, and mainly though you can play all kinds of really cool discard here. You can play all kinds of really cool leads. And you can turn up the vibrato if you want, just a little bit. All right, so that's basically all of the different sounds for the verse and the chorus and the bridge on my iPad. We can go into the next thing, which will be the individual sounds. So let's talk about those next.